Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Well, dear students, we are here with the introduction of the unit number 13, that is a short story by O. Henry. After 20 years, O. Henry, we all know, is a famous American short story writer, and is known for his simple style, realistic characters, and sometimes surprise endings. So, after 20 years is a short story about friendship, loyalty, and duty. So, it revolves around two friends, and let us see what are the key points. So, we are going to unfold the story step by step. Well, let us first of all discuss the setting of the story. The story is set on a quiet street in New York on a cold, rainy night, and this quite gloomy setting creates suspense and also prepares the reader for an unexpected ending. There is a policeman, and he's shown patrolling his beat sincerely and responsibly. His behavior highlights honesty, discipline, and dedication to the duty. So, he's the first character who appears in the story. Then we have another man in the story who appears on scene, and his name is Bob, and he is waiting outside a hardware store to meet his old friend after 20 years, showing faith in a promise, and that promise was made long ago, as we have hinted, after 20 years. This hardware store, as we have just hinted, that another man, Bob, who's standing outside it, that store was once Big Joe Brady's restaurant, and that was the place where Bob and Jimmy last met. This place actually symbolizes memories and the past friendship of these two gentlemen. Well, as we have just hinted, that these two friends, Bob and Jimmy Wells, they promised to meet at the same place and time after 20 years, no matter where life took them. So they are both supposed to be here to keep the promise of their friendship. Well, as we know that life is not a straight path, and you never know what it is going to unfold for you tomorrow. So it is a story of two friends who have different destinies. Bob went to the west to seek fortune and adventure, while Jimmy stayed in New York and lived a steady, lawful life. So both have actually different paths in life. Well, as we have just said, that Bob moved to the west, where he has made fortune and adventure. But although Bob became successful, he actually turned into a criminal, and he was wanted by the Chicago police. That actually reveals the dark side of ambition, because he has followed his ambition, and that has taken him to the other side, and he became a criminal. The other friend, we've talked about Bob, but Jimmy Wells, that is his full name, he becomes a policeman. He is actually representing honesty, responsibility, and loyalty to law and order. So both the friends, they are quite opposite to each other, difference of 100 degrees. Well, when they met, Jimmy recognizes Bob immediately, but he struggles emotionally, as arresting an old friend is definitely very painful for him. So we see that the moment has come. He has recognized his friend, but he did not expect that it would be the same person who he is looking for. So there is a conflict in that. Well, that is a very important point in the story. Jimmy actually chooses duty over personal feelings. He arranges for a plainclothes policeman to arrest Bob instead of doing it himself. So he remained loyal to the law and order, and he decided to do his duty. So, as I said in the beginning, O Henry is famous for the surprise ending. So, there is a surprise. The story ends with a surprise when another policeman in plain clothes, he handed over a letter explaining that the first policeman was Jimmy himself. Actually, this was a note, rather short note, which was given to Bob, and it was from Jimmy. So he actually explained everything. So that is how he came over his emotions, and obviously he could not do, or he could not arrest his friend himself. He arranged for another policeman, so he was finally arrested by the police. Well, just to add a few more points regarding story. Well, the author, we may say, has very skillfully built suspense through setting, dialogues, darkness, and the gradual revelation of the facts. So that all the things have been woven in a very skillful manner, and that has a very good impression on the reader. Well, as far as the title is concerned, the title after 20 years emphasizes loyalty to promises and how time changes people and circumstances, as we see that one of the friend he becomes a policeman and the other a criminal. So it's difficult to predict how the future is going to unfold. Well, if you want to draw the moral of the story, actually the story teaches that duty and law must come before personal emotions, even when sacrifice is required. As we see that it was easy for Jimmy to let Bob go, but he controlled his emotions, the personal ones, and he sacrificed his friendship, and he caught the criminal that was wanted by the Chicago police. So, with that, dear students, I've come to the end of these main points, the key points of the story, and I hope by going through them step by step, you'll be able to understand the story in a very clear manner. Now, I would advise you to read the story in detail so that you may get the very good idea, and all the details should be clarifying any doubts if they are present. Thank you very much, dear students.